Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to what most likely is my very last informant on playing the guitar for Tri-M at the American School of Dubai. This is going to be a very brief informant about the shape and sort of positioning of your hands on the fretboard when playing very basic chord shapes. And a lot of it is going to be centered around this half of the guitar, as that's where many of those basic chords are played. So one of the first and most fundamental things that I want to discuss is positioning your hands. Just for the sake of example today, we're going to use the basic C major chord, which sounds like this. And this is played with a sort of more clean tone, and the notes are more individualized, if you will, when the positioning of my hand, my left hand as a right-handed guitarist, or my right hand as a left-handed guitarist, is more poised in a sort of professional way, in such a way that allows for each individual note to ring out without interference from my other fingers or other notes or other strings or anything like that. And so when I play this C major chord in a more beginner's way, which is sort of a mistake that I used to always make, and I see many beginning guitarists make, which is when their wrists and their hands in general are not poised in that professional way that I mentioned. It creates a lot of muted notes, a lot of muted strings. It's not a very pleasant sound. And so I think what the key is in this scenario is to angle your wrist outwards. And regardless of wherever you are around the guitar, angling your wrist outwards allows for you to access any fret, any note, wherever it is, wherever you are along the fretboard, with a lot of ease. If I were to sort of be lazy and hang onto the guitar like this, you'll notice my wrist is placed upwards, which is not what I think you should do. You should always put in that little extra effort and poise your wrist outwards and point it outwards like this, so that each individual note is able to ring out beautifully without any interference from your other fingers. And this applies not only to the C major chord, which I used for example today, but any chord, any bar chord, any standard chord, open chord along the fretboard, and even in some of my previous lessons on pentatonic scales. Positioning your wrists outwards allows for you to play those pentatonic scales much easier, with much more ease, than if you were to sort of grab onto the guitar with this very traditional and sort of beginner way of holding it. So I hope you found this really helpful, and I hope you found all of my other informances helpful, and it's been a real pleasure to have made these. Thank you so much.